See students, this is reading servlet parameters. What do you mean by reading servlet parameters is you will have an HTML file. From HTML file, you will give some input and that will be processed by your .java. Okay, it will be processed. So whatever you give the input from the HTML, that will be taken by the .java file and it will provide the output. Like for example, I have just a second. Like for example, this is your index.html file. Okay, let me execute this. See, in the textbook it is mentioned like this. There are many ways to execute. Directly open it from here. Open with Google Chrome. So this is the HTML file. So over here, let me provide the details. Okay, these are the details. So if I click the submit button, the details will be taken by .java program and it will provide you the output. Okay, this is the output. So see students, try to understand in simple words. Reading servlet parameter. Reading servlet parameter means you are providing the data from the HTML. Two things you have provided, name and phone number of an employee, and that is getting read by servlet parameter. Okay, that is only your program's demonstration over here. You have to understand. Okay, so see here, the servlet request interface includes methods that allow you to read the name and value of parameters that are included in a client request. So for this one, we will develop a servlet that illustrates their use. The example contains two files for this one. One is postparameters.html. I have given the name as index.html. Don't worry, you give postparameters.html. Okay, students. Same like yesterday only. This is P3 program. P2 and P1 are similar only. According to the textbook, the next program in my computer, I have given the name as P3. Okay. So over here, there is one addition of HTML file. Similar to yesterday's only, but one HTML file is there. So in the textbook, the author has given the name to that index.html as postparameters.html. You also can give or give another name also, your wish. Okay, and it will contain one HTML file and one .java file like yesterday only. Yesterday's program it was hello servlet.java. Over here it is postparameter servlet.java. So you people might be knowing, you have seen SRC will have that .java. So I have shown you how to compile this. Okay, compile this program like yesterday's program only, the previous program Java C space copy path of servlet API.jar and give the name postparameter servlet.java. You will get .class file over here, then cut it and put it in over here. Okay, and then after that, write the web.xml file similar to yesterday's only. Okay, over here, only give the name servlet name of .java and class name. You give here the URL pattern. Same thing, everything is same thing. Only few things are updated. One is index.html, that is postparameter.html, and .java. So this .java is your servlet. Okay, students. Now whatever I have explained, that is again same thing here. HTML source code for this HTML is shown in the following listing. It is here in the textbook. Next page. Okay, copy it or type it in your notepad. It defines a table that contains two labels and two text fields. He is explaining what it is consisting of. I already copied over here. Okay, see here. This is the label. This is the text field of employee. Similarly, label, text field, and one submit button. Okay, so in the browser you will able to see in this way. This is the label, this is the text field, this is the label, this is the text field, and this is the submit button. And the next thing is you see here there is also a submit button. I showed you. Notice that action parameter of the form tag specifies a URL. Okay, where is that? Observe here. This is the form tag. In this is the action parameter. It starts from here till here. This is the form tag, students. In this one, there are three parameters: name, method, and action. Okay, action tag. So what he is mentioning over here, it's notice that action parameter specifies a URL. URL it is specifying. The URL is for what? For PPS. What is this PPS is having in web.xml? PPS is a URL for that .java. What is the .java is having? It is having some code. We will see that. Okay, what it will do is see here. The URL identifies the servlet to process the HTTP post request. Means what? Means what? That is when you click the submit button, you are able to see this. But you are able to see this is how. That is the point. Means what it will do is, when your method is equals to post, so it will post. What it will post? It will post to PPS. PPS means to this servlet.java. Means from HTML program, HTML file, your details, that is name, and that is whatever the details are there, name and phone number, are being given to this .java, and it will process and it will display. So that is the thing, students. Servlet to process the HTTP post request. Okay, this is the program. You copy it and in a notepad and save it as .html, and you see here the next part, the source code for post parameter servlet.java is shown in the following listing. That is this one. Okay, and I've already copied in a notepad. In this way, you also copy or type it. Then what he is mentioning, the service method is overridden to process client request. Service method, you see here at line number 8, this is the service method, okay, which is overridden over here. So it is having this code. Okay, students, this is the code from here till here. Okay, line number 8, service. What for it is used? To process client request. Means when you click the submit button, then next information, whatever you are seeing in this way. Means when you click this submit button, you are able to see this. So everything is getting processed by this particular service method. Okay. Next, you see here, the get parameter names returns an enumeration of the parameter names. Get parameter names is one method. It returns an enumeration of the parameter names. These are processed in a loop. So please observe here, when you type what you are giving two things, XYZ 1 2 3 4 5 6. Click submit. So all this is happening how? Because of this get parameter names. How you observe here, when you click submit button, what will happen is over here you can observe there is one enumeration object E, okay, and you are invoking get parameter names. So what this get parameter names will do is it will fetch the information, okay, from the HTML file with the request object, okay, and it is getting processed with the help of a while loop. What it is mentioned over here, that is, these are processed in a loop. Okay, then it is mentioning that you can see that the parameter name and a value are output to the client. How that is, you can observe here, e.next element. I have mentioned in the class also. What is the purpose of next element? It is fetching. Okay, what it is fetching is the first element. Okay, what is the first element? XYZ. Second one is 1 2 3 4 5 6. So you can observe here. So p name will be equal to XYZ, and then 20th line over here pw.print. See students, pw is over here print writer class. So like your system.out.println, it is like print writer over here being used. It is going to print. What it is going to print? P name equal to. What is p name? In place of p name, you will have XYZ. Okay, that is the thing, XYZ over here. I hope you all have understood this. Then after that, request.get parameter p name. What do you mean by this? Get parameter of the attribute p name means it will fetch to p name what is the next element being assigned. That is the value to that key. That is 1 2 3 4 5 6, and that is stored in p value. Then again it is printed. I hope you all have understood this. So see students, this was the explanation. compile the servlet, next copy it to the appropriate directory and update the web.xml. Same like yesterday's program only. Okay, same like yesterday's program. That is, in simple words, you first arrange, okay, the structure. Arrange the structure, folder, then src, webinf, inside webinf, classes folder, web.xml, and one more thing, you should have what over here in src, you keep this .java, and here you keep the index.html. Okay, first arrange this. After you arrange everything, okay, what you do is compile this program first. Compile this program as I showed you in the previous program. Compile this, and you will have one .class file. Cut it and paste it over here. This is done, students. Then after that, display the web page in a browser. Okay, how? In simple way. Just click it. It will get opened in this way. There is another way also. You open it in this way. You give here some details XYZ. Okay, give 1 2 3 4. Okay, you see here, enter an employee name and a phone number in the text field and submit the web page. Okay, so click this submit button. That's it. This is the output. After following these steps, the browser will display a response that is dynamically generated by the servlet. Okay, students, this program is done now. If you are having any doubt, you can ask me.